Hey folks, what's up, ET? So I got a piece of Georgetown here, and thought we might try and make a hand axe. This isn't exactly what I would normally start out with. It's a little on the large size. That's what you want to hear when you're skimming a piece like that. You want to hear them cracks. Crack. You know that's just peeling that flake off. Not a whole lot to making these hand axes and Kerrville knives. And I believe most of all the artifacts are relatively crude, not super refined. Alright, let's see here. Starting to get down to the brass tacks. You know, I don't know how that saying even came about. You want to know how that came about? All those sayings had some sort of meaning, but I'm not sure where brass tacks comes from. I usually know the origination of a lot of those different sayings. Because they're worth knowing. You would think only 10 2/3 of it would make things easier, but believe it or not, it kind of don't. Alright, we don't want to take no more of that cortex off. That's pretty good. I'm liking it so far. Yeah, this is going to be a pretty good size hand axe. Yeah, if you guys haven't checked out the video, the mailbox gift I got, you guys should check that out. It's a pretty big surprise. I knew Mike was sending some hand pads, but I had no idea he was sending 11 of them. And they're very nice. So I'm gonna test them out. I want me to test them out, and if I had any suggestions, make some suggestions and things like that. So I had one sitting here I was using a few minutes ago, and I'm not sure what I have done with it now. There it is. I found it. Y'all can quit looking. Pick at this edge a bit. When pieces are this big, they are kind of difficult to hold on to, obviously. I could probably do this part with a lot of this with indirect, but I'm dying to use this hand pad. That's a lot of heavy pressure flaking right there. All right. Yeah, it's making me sweat a little bit. Not because I'm afraid of breaking it, but because just some heavy pressure flaking. And I'm not sure if these really had much pressure flaking. Maybe a little bit, but they were, most of them that I've seen have been pretty rudimentary. Utilitarian would be a better word for it, not rudimentary. Utilitarian. And I want it to look kind of pretty. I don't make replications of actual points, so a lot of my stuff is exaggerated. And I like that. I mean, Kyokias were little bitty points. I still like making a 4 or 5 inch Kyokia because I like the shape of the point. Is it a Kyokia? No, it's just styled after one. Hit that with indirect just to even have a shot at it. Yeah, so I'm heading up to Missouri here. I don't know if I'm going to go Friday or Saturday. Drop off a load of ibex at the ranch up there in Missouri. NFL player owns a big ranch up there. They buy a lot of my bucks. Well, they've been buying all my big bucks. That's coming to an end because I'm getting out of the ibex. No more. That's something you either you need to be into or not, and I was, and now life's taking in other directions, and I don't want to get to retirement age and then be trying to get rid of all of them. I want them gone when I hit retirement. Actually, I want them gone way before that. I'm hopefully going to get rid of them all this winter, so I got a good start on that. Looking pretty good. Ugh. That put a strain on me. How much force am I applying with this thing? A lot. At least it seems like a lot, but I am getting weaker in my older age. Seems like. I've been in the leather shop the last few days. I got a lot of work to do in there. Not sure what all. I probably got a dozen knife sheaths to build, and half a dozen or more rifle slings, and you name it, miscellaneous this and that and something else. So I always sharpen these some so you can cut with it, or you can chop with it, or both. I suppose that's probably what they did. These would make a devastating weapon too. You wouldn't want to get someone to mad and whack you with that thing. Nacho knocked her off there. Side of a pad. Actually, I got something else here I can probably use. Let's use this half pad. I really like this one a lot. I like that slotted pad too, but I like this one also. I don't know that this is the best use for it. Let's see. Yeah, I'm missing. There's one in here. It's really difficult to get a hold of to do this because this piece is so big. Let's see. Let's try this slotted pad again. I want some hinges on that thing. Now, let's see here. There went my new pad, probably got a scratch in it. I told my wife that these things are too pretty to use. And they are. I'm gonna have to get down to a little smaller point to really test them. It's probably pretty good for the one side. Trifacial point used to be as super awkward like this thing, but since Annie gave me that trifacial pad right there, then it works great. I don't see a ton of trifacials in my future. I mean, I've actually made quite a few of them. Maybe not a dozen, but quite a few. I got one more. When I'm cutting at Georgetown, you know, some of them tabs are pretty long, and my first cut, them Georgetown tabs, you know, they come to a to edge here like this. Some of them are pretty thin when they come to the edge, but you take that first cut off so you can start taking slabs off, or for the slabs of providing. And then when you do that, it leaves you this edge cut across there, so that's one flat side, and then it's not too difficult the percussion nap down both sides to start getting your triangular shape going. It's not all that difficult, and I mean, obviously it takes practice, and you also have to have the right piece. I've been making a lot of them out of Georgetown, and I guess because I think it's the closest thing we got to Danish flint. Anyways, some Georgetown's got a tremendous amount of tensile strength, and then others, of course, a little more snap and halfish. And I only attempt those on one that's got really good tensile strength, because well, it's almost like those pieces they're almost like plasticky in appearance, but they have just really high tensile strength, and they're definitely more difficult to snap. So I do have a new piece of equipment coming to the shop. Which everyone who buys materials from me and stuff, and watches the channel too, is responsible for that. I was able to buy a piece of equipment with the funds from both the YouTube channel and rock sales. And I am going to be listing some more. I got a whole bunch of preforms already cut. I just need to get them photographed and listed. And I'm going to be replenishing the stock of the point specific preforms. I also got a whole lot of bifaces to get listed as well. And I'm going to be shooting some bifacing videos also, because I got a ton of bifacing to do, and I know there's quite a few of you that like the bifacing videos. You actually prefer bifacing videos over anything. You'd rather just watch all bifacing videos. At least that's what you tell me. I enjoy a good bifacing video myself. Also been working hard on learning harmonica. I've only been at it a couple weeks, so I'm pretty bad. And I don't mean bad good, I mean bad. For such a little instrument, there's a lot to it. Like, it's helpful to have musical talent, which I have rediscovered that I don't have any. I knew that before. I just thought that maybe I developed some somehow. And honestly, I don't know if that's just a skill you can develop or if you're just born with it, because I got no rhythm. Can't dance. I can sing, but you won't like it. Sometimes I can't help myself though. I just bust out in a song. I like to do that in the supermarket where nobody knows me, especially when I'm with my wife. It embarrasses her pretty good. She's like, shut up. I'm going through the store like, I feel good. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Anyways, I do like to torture her a little bit. All in good fun. She's a pretty good sport most of the time. She is Clinket, and Clinkets can run a little hot. It's a good looking chopper. Lost my pad again. Long narrow version. Easier or a little safer with the issue stick. And the other one puts my hand too close to this, and this stuff is extremely sharp. I don't know if you can see the edge a little better against that or not. And again, I don't think that the artifacts I've seen weren't nearly this refined. They're pretty crude, but I'm not chopping with this. I'm not actually using it. I'm gonna display it, or someone's gonna display it, you know. Can't quite get underneath that one. Pick some of them fingernail hinges out. That's probably our A side right there. Ow, dang, I just cut myself on that thing. Mostly because I have that, and I could probably get that off there, but I'm not going to. Let's put some mink oil on it. The magic of mink oil. This would be a prime candidate for wax as well. I was always having to chase a paper towel around, and I went to Harbor Freight and got me a pack of these towels for next to nothing. Alright, well that was our B side. Still is, I guess. There's our A side. It's pretty. That A side is beautiful. Now you can put that, get a vertebrae off a bison or cow or whatever, and set that so this sets in that vertebrae for display, and they make a beautiful display. But that's a pretty good size one right there. Pretty good size. That one's just not as smooth as this other side. This other side's pretty smooth. But I appreciate y'all watching, and my hand pads, for what little I got to use them, they work great, and I'm looking forward to using them some more. And I still will give you guys information on. I'm gonna test these out for a while, and then we'll get together tonight and figure out a way where you guys can get those. But appreciate y'all watching, and hit that like and subscribe button if you would, and we'll see you on the next one. Y'all keep napping.